Igal, from your point of view, a lot of people are saying you bottled it today. Is that how you see it as a Gooner?
We didn't lose, at least. Like, honestly, you can't say we bottled it. If we lost, you would have said we bottled it. But the fact is, we were under a lot of pressure. Liverpool looked like the only team that were going to win, and even at the end, we still had a chance. The reason why we're dejected is because we had a 2-goal lead. We're comfortable. Everything looked good, and everyone, of course, is going to say Granit Xhaka. But of course, I think that was their plan. Their plan at the time was to try to maybe get one of our guys sent off, try to get us into a row, because at that point they were losing. They were
That's not a
2-0
plan.
down. They needed
Who makes a
something
plan?
to get themselves. They needed to get them. They needed something to get themselves up for it, and that's what got them up for it. That's what got them going, and they ended up getting the goal from there. And you know what? At times we were fortunate that we didn't concede, because Ramsdale was on his job today. You got to give Ramsdale a lot of credit. And you know what? I think at the end of the day, you can't say either of us were. You can't say we bottled it, but you could say, you know what, Liverpool were the better team in the second half, and for majority of the game, we absolutely switched off and went too defensive. And maybe we should have changed the tactics slightly. But even that, you never know if we would have gone for it, if we would have conceded on the other end, because Liverpool looked like the better team in the whole second half.
I get that, Brandon. I mean, do you see it the same way, or what did the manager get wrong today? Why did you lose control in the second half? What could Arteta have done differently to get back a stranglehold in the game?
There's a few things that could have been done differently, to be honest with you. If we break it down, let's just put it this way. The title race has got 10 times harder now. We have to go to the Etihad and get something, and that's going to be a difficult task. I thought the first 30 minutes, you couldn't ask for a better performance from a team away at Anfield. Arsenal were exceptional. We was absolutely battering them. Everything that you would want going away to Anfield, we had in that first 30 minutes. Quieten the crowd down as quickly as you can, score a couple of goals, create chances, look threatening, stop Liverpool from playing as well. And we did all of that in the first 30 minutes. And then we did the total opposite towards the end of the half. Granit Xhaka, I don't know why you're getting involved in stuff like that. He has a tendency of doing things like that. But we see it a couple of seasons ago, yeah? When Liverpool were at their best, we played well. And then Mikel Arteta had a little bit of a scuffle on the sideline with Jurgen Klopp. It got the Anfield crowd up, and all of a sudden Liverpool took over. And very much the same happened today. The only good thing about that was it was towards the end of the first half. So for us, I thought the halftime whistle came at the right time. Obviously, Liverpool got the goal, and it was a great time to go in at halftime, because nobody can tell me that Mikel Arteta didn't tell them players at halftime, look, go out, second half, regain control of the ball again, regain control of possession. Just, first 5-10 minutes, regain a bit of control of this game, quieten their crowd down again, and then we can look to go again. But we didn't do that. And from that moment in the first half towards the end, we never regained control of that game. We was far too defensive. We allowed Liverpool to come on to us. They created the better chances. And on another day, we would have lost that game. And like I say, we only have ourselves to blame. Arteta can take some of the blame today, because I think, he should have made his substitutions a bit earlier. I also think he made the wrong substitutions in certain areas as well. I don't think Odegaard should have come off the pitch. I think Tierney should have been brought on a lot sooner than what he was. The Kivior one as well, that didn't make much sense to me. Bringing in a kid who hasn't really played much football for Arsenal, if any at all, in a big game at Anfield where, we need to win, really. I mean, we'll take the point, but again, like I say, it's made this title race 10 times harder, because if we don't get something at the Etihad, Man City go in front of us on goal difference. We've still got to play Newcastle away. We've got to play Chelsea. I know they're not great this season. I'm expecting us to beat them. But we've also got Brighton as well at home, who have been playing well, all in one big clump of fixtures. We can't afford now to drop any more points, So disappointed, I really am.
Why do you think you lost a 2-goal lead? Is it the players let the occasion get to them, managerial decisions in terms of substitutions, or were Liverpool just too good to handle in that second half? Like, what do you put it down to, Jay?
It was a combination of all of those things. I mean, before the game even started, I remember speaking to you guys and saying that I didn't expect us to get a result there because Anfield is a very difficult place to go. And even though people are making it out to seem like we should have just walked away with the 3 points, Anfield, I think, Rack, you can let me know, how many games have you guys lost at home this season? 1? 2?
Leeds, and is that it? I know we've lost Leeds.
Yeah, like 1 or something.
Real Madrid also.
Yeah,
no, but in the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult place to go, and Arsenal don't have a good record there. So I didn't expect anything from this game. And so I think this is a game where, Liverpool will look at it and probably feel like confident off of the back of that. Like that felt like a good result for them from where they are. And Arsenal fans will feel like it's a loss because we dropped a 2-goal lead. But in context, I still feel like it's a point gained because it's a difficult away ground to go to that we don't usually get anything from. Am I really disappointed about the 2-goal, dropping that 2-goal lead? Absolutely. Like from there, I thought we were definitely going to win the game. And I don't want to blame it all on Granit Xhaka. I know that people are trying to blame it all on Granit. I think he ignited it a little bit, but he was our best midfielder for the entire game. Odegaard and Thomas Partey were not good in this game, and he was. So to blame him for the entire game because he ignited the fire, like I get that, but I feel like that's just an agenda that's reinvigorating itself off of the back of not wanting him at the club for years prior. He was fine.
What did you feel like Partey did wrong?
I felt like he didn't do enough. You don't have to do anything wrong to not do enough. And I don't think that he controlled the midfield, especially in the second half. I don't think Odegaard or Thomas Partey were doing enough. I thought Granit Xhaka was pretty much the main guy on the ball, getting us open on the left-hand side. Thomas had some good interventions in the midfield, but I thought ultimately, like when we know Thomas is playing a good game, he runs that shit. And I don't think any of us can give Thomas Partey more than maybe a 5 or a 6 in that game, as well as Odegaard. Like, that's what I saw. I didn't see a midfield that was doing the normal things that I usually see. And maybe I need to give credit to Liverpool for that. But Xhaka was our best midfielder on the day. And in terms of the substitutions, the Trossard one made sense to me. The Kivior one did not. I thought just if you want to shore up the defense, just take Zinchenko off and bring Tierney on. Don't bring Kivior in. I mean, his first kind of introduction into the game was basically almost giving away a goal. And I do believe he's going to be a good player for Arsenal, but it was just too much on the day. And so Arteta has to kind of take a little bit of that. But Grant, big picture for me is point gained. And obviously we have to go to the Etihad and get something from that. But yeah, it feels really disappointing. But I think once all the shock wears off a little bit, I think people will look back on this and say, we got a point. And it was a point that I don't think many people actually thought we were going to get. Let's be for real. A lot of people thought we were going to lose this game.
I hear a lot of people did. Dawes, do you agree with what Jess said earlier in what she was stating there around it wasn't 2 points dropped, it was a point gained?
Yeah, definitely. Because like you said before earlier, you said that Man City haven't won at Anfield and they still win the league. So winning, it wasn't a must-win game. Yeah, it was 2-0 up, but Anfield, Liverpool, for me, they didn't play amazing football. It was set piece after set piece. They're winning free kicks, corners, free kicks. I was like, how many set pieces can we take until we concede? And people are actually judging. People are saying, why did he put Courier on? The reason why he put him on, because how many set pieces they were taking, and we had to win those aerial duels because they had Konate, Van Dijk. They had so many guys that were going to beat us. We didn't have enough guys in defense that were going to win enough headers. So that's the reason why he put him on. And that last chance for Martinelli, it was a simple pass towards Bukayo Saka. I don't know how he didn't manage to give him that ball. But it's one point, people in the comments, when I was sitting here, Terry, and you're reading the super chat, people saying bottling it. Bottling what? We've still got a 6-point lead, and they've got a game in hand. But bottling it, and some fans that are actually saying that Mikel Arteta and saying this guy doesn't know what he's doing and the substitution that he's making. I don't understand, because it's still in our hands. We can go to City and we can get, even if we lose against City, our goal difference is not if we can get our goal difference up, I think we're only like 4 goals behind him in goal difference. So even if we lose to City, we can still, and the fixtures that we have, we can still get our goal difference back up and we can still win the league. So bottling it, that is very, very harsh, because Man City haven't won at the league. Pep Guardiola's never won at Anfield. And yeah, Anfield's a tough game. 2-0 lead, we should have won it by halftime. 2-1, that goal that Mohamed Salah scored. How lucky was that? Jordan Henderson did not even mean to pass to Mohamed Salah, and they make it 2-1, and everything was going for them. Decisions making was going for them. All the free kicks that they were getting. Referee was card happy today. The amount of yellow cards that he was given in the game, I do not understand. Like, let the game go in, because the reason why it got feisty because he's letting so many challenges. The one on Konate or Martinelli, or Xhaka, sorry. He's kicking him 3, 4, 5 times. Referee says play on. And then obviously Xhaka's going to get angry. The reason why he got angry is how is he not giving a free kick for that? And then as soon as one of the Liverpool players gets touched, straight away free kick. The referee did not handle the situation properly. And yeah, I'm not saying it cost us the game, but that's one of the reasons why the crowd was that excited, because the referee let all the challenges go. But yeah, 1 point gained is not 3 points lost. It's 1 point gained. It's still in our hands. I believe we can go to Etihad and get at least a point.
Gail, you agree with that? You also mentioned the referees as well. What are you saying on that, bro?
Paul Tierney is a joke of a referee, and he had no control of the game. I fully agree. Consistently giving Arsenal harsh punishments on the yellow cards and letting Liverpool slide. I just felt like he didn't do a good job refereeing the game today. It is what it is. You guys can say excuses as much as you want, but just look at the numbers. 7 games, no wins under Paul Tierney. Is it a coincidence? I'll let you guys decide.
100%.
I mean, listen, we're going to go to some of the super chats. We're going to come to Souls in a minute. We've got a lot of super chats to go through, and I kind of want to get your reactions to this as a panel here. Neto says, we bottled the lead, no doubt, but not the league. We have to see the full picture. Liverpool has only lost twice, one being against Real Madrid. Can't cry, 8 more to go. Yeah, of course, there's a big difference between, if people want to call today, bottling it or collapsing. I mean, I'm getting called out on Twitter because I said they collapsed. Someone says, Terrace, a bit over dramatic, getting slapped 7-0 is collapsing. My brother, today ain't about me. Today's not about me and my team. That's like typical whataboutery. Arteta failed to manage the game, lost because we could not defend, especially Zinni. Tierney should have come on sooner. Only Gabriel was present. Do you agree with that, Soul? Do you believe that the manager is culpable, according to Sky King here?
Oh yeah, I've been here waiting for someone to call Arteta out, because those substitutions were bad. Simply put, look, I defend Arteta, and I've always defended him even through the tough periods of the 8th and 8th. But today it was on him as well. Bringing on, like, there's so many other ways he could have solidified us defensively. He could have moved Zinchenko into the Xhaka role, keeping Zinchenko on and making that midfield assured as well. And then he could have brought Tierney on for Xhaka. That means, you've not got the yellow card of Xhaka, potentially getting a red card. You can still keep the control, the defensive solidity. He could have done a secondary thing, bring Saka into the right wing back, and guess what? Push Ben White into centre back and turn it into a 5 that way. There's so many other ways he could have done this without bringing in someone who's not played at this level before. Bringing on Jakub Kiwior in a game like this was a reckless decision. Now, of course, hindsight could have been a brilliant thing, and it could have been one of the tactical masterstrokes if we had gone and won this and gone, you know what, Kiwior, what a defensive performance. But the chances of that happening were 1%, and him doing what he did was 99% likely to happen. Now, the other thing is, it's not even about the substitution, it's about how we came out in that second half. We were, every single fucking time we got the ball, what did we do? Stoke City football. Oh, here's a long shot. Oh, hey, have the ball back. We were just letting the pressure get to us. I was surprised it wasn't 2-2 earlier than that. Forget the substitution. We lost our heads. Arteta lost his head. And everyone today is culprit. This is people who, no, I know people are going to say tomorrow you're going to feel different. I'm not. This was a stupid game. This was a stupid performance by these guys. 2-0 up. You know what? Everyone's right. We fucking bottled it. There's no other way of putting it, but then saying you can't be 2-0 up as champions, potential champions this season, and bottle it the way we did. We come into that second half, all we needed to do was play our football, pass it around, keep it simple, keep it tidy. What do? Okay, there's pressure on us. The last thing you should be fucking doing is giving them the ball back. Why are we constantly losing possession? They had 70% possession in the second half. As a team that's 2-0 up, 2-1 up, you keep the ball, you keep it simple, keep it tidy, wait for your opportunities to come. We're the away team. We should never have been getting under pressure the way that we did. But you know what? It's happened. We've got to learn from it. The one thing I will give this Arsenal team credit for is every single time we face adversity, we've never allowed it to happen the second time. When we've had low blocks, for example, against Newcastle, we made sure the next time we play a low block, we know what we're doing. I hope this is a learning curve. I hope for a fact that we sit here and go, when we're under pressure, this is what we need to do. Because we do have a novice manager. As much as he's been here for 3 seasons, he's still learning. And I hope this is another learning curve, and I hope they learn it quick.